Ahoy there, my fearless voyagers. I'm Captain Tilly Bramblethorn, retired sky pirate, part-time cryptozoologist, and current liaison for the Adventurers Club, 3rd class. That's one rank above honorary and one rank below, whatever gets you free parking. Welcome aboard this stately vessel as we embark on our journey across the mighty Seven Seas Lagoon. Now, as we depart from the Ticket and Transportation Center, do take a moment to admire the view of our first landmark on the horizon, the tropical wonderland known as Disney's Polynesian Village Resort. Now, look closely at the longhouses. Each one is named after a different island or region from the South Pacific. You'll find names like Fiji, Tonga, and Samoa. Meanwhile, I suggested naming one the Volcano of Eternal Peril, but apparently that didn't test well with focus groups. Turning our attention slightly starboard, you'll notice the elegant and dazzling Grand Floridian Resort and Spa. Opened in 1988, this opulent retreat was inspired by the grand seaside resorts of the early 20th century. It is a marvel of Victorian architecture, gleaming white with red rooftops, and probably the highest concentration of afternoon tea per square foot in the state of Florida. The Grand Floridian is home to the only AAA5 diamond-rated restaurant on Walt Disney World property. It's called Victoria and Albert's, and they will not seat you if you're wearing mouse ears. Believe me, I tried. The resort also has a legendary wedding pavilion. Couples can tie the knot with a perfect view of Cinderella Castle framed through a heart-shaped window, because nothing says happily ever after like a legally binding contract with a view. Now keep your eyes peeled, fellow explorers, as we pass another majestic Disney ferry heading in the opposite direction. Be sure to wave with enthusiasm, or at least mild ambivalence. Fun fact, the ferry boats are named in honor of 3 key figures in Disney history: Admiral Joe Fowler, General Joe Potter, and Richard F. Irvine, all of whom played vital roles in building Walt Disney World, and none of whom ever received a churro named in their honor. Tragic oversight, if you ask me. These ferries are capable of carrying over 600 guests, which is approximately the same number of people waiting in line for Peter Pan's flight at any given moment. Now, I should tell you, this is not your average puddle. Oh no. This entire lagoon was man-made, dug out in the late 1960s using brute force, clever engineering, and possibly a few wishes. And what did they do with all that sand? Well, the sand pulled from this body of water was repurposed to build up the land beneath the Magic Kingdom. That's right, Magic Kingdom sits on the 2nd floor. The 1st floor is a network of secret tunnels called the Utilidors. That's where cast members zoom around on electric cart, and Mickey Mouse stores his monocle collection. Now, ahead on the right, rising like a futuristic pyramid of dreams, is the one and only contemporary resort. This sleek and modern marvel also opened in 1971 and was, quite literally, ahead of its time. Much like the Polynesian, its rooms were pre-constructed and slid into place. The plan was to be able to replace each room like a drawer. That idea, much like my attempt to teach a hippo how to play chess, didn't quite work out. But the real crown jewel of the contemporary is that shiny monorail you see gliding right through the building. It's like something out of science fiction, except real and somehow still slower than your grandma in a parade. As we sail closer, feast your eyes upon the crown jewel of the Vacation Kingdom, the Magic Kingdom. It opened on October 1st, 1971, though Walt Disney himself never lived to see it completed. His brother, Roy O. Disney, postponed retirement to oversee its construction and renamed the park Walt Disney World in his honor, which was a pretty classy move for a man who probably just wanted to play golf in peace. Magic Kingdom was built atop those aforementioned tunnels which stretch for miles beneath your feet. These utilidors allow cast members to move behind the scenes without breaking the magic. It's sort of like Hogwarts, if Hogwarts had a garbage vacuum system and a coffee break room shaped like a pirate ship. The park itself is divided into 6 lands, radiating like spokes from the hub of Cinderella Castle. You've got Adventureland, Frontierland, Liberty Square, Fantasyland, Tomorrowland, and Main Street, USA. Fun fact, the windows on Main Street display the names of important Disney figures, styled like old-timey business signs. It's like the Hollywood Walk of Fame, but with fewer paparazzi and better churros. And now, dear friends, as we prepare to disembark, remember this. Today you sail not just toward a theme park, but into a living storybook, a place where pirates sing, ghosts dance, and ducks wear sailor suits with no pants. Don't question it, just embrace the magic. The moment has arrived. We have made landfall. Everyone, please gather your belongings, your children, and your remaining optimism. It's time to step off this noble vessel and into the legendary realm of the Magic Kingdom. If you find yourself walking with a strange bounce in your step, that's not enchantment. That's just the wooden dock. Very bouncy. As we disembark, you'll notice the lush landscaping surrounding the entrance. Every leaf, every flower, every blade of grass has been strategically placed. You're not just walking through a garden. You're walking through a carefully curated opening act. Disney's Imagineers refer to this as the establishing shot of your day. It sets the tone, and the tone says, I may not recover financially, but I will have a magical day. Now ahead, you'll see a rather impressive building stretching across the entrance. That, my fellow adventurers, is the Walt Disney World Railroad Main Street Station. It's more than just a train station. It's a grand, cinematic curtain. Walt Disney, lover of showbiz and trains in equal measure, designed it to serve as the opening frame of your story. When you walk under those tunnels, you're no longer in Florida. You're in a world where a mouse runs the government and ducks have complex naval careers. The railroad was one of the first things built on the property. The tracks were laid down before the castle even went vertical. It circles the entire park and offers a 20-minute scenic tour, perfect for those looking to relax, regroup, or quietly question their fast pass decisions. Now, before you pass through the tunnels, take a peek at the attraction posters mounted on the walls. These aren't just decoration. Walt wanted guests to see them as trailers for the adventures ahead. Think of them as the world's most charming movie theater lobby, minus the sticky floors and awkward first dates. As you step out from beneath the station, behold it. Main Street, USA. Breathe it in. Smell that? It's vanilla, pumped into the air through underground scent machines, because Disney spares no expense when it comes to manipulating your wallet. Main Street is Walt's nostalgic love letter to the small-town America of his youth, a mix of Marceline, Missouri charm and idealized turn-of-the-century optimism, where everything's clean, cheerful, and conveniently wired for stereo. Look to your left, and you'll see City Hall, home to guest relations, lost and found, and occasionally lost parents who are just emotionally overwhelmed. To the right is the fire station, which once housed the sorcerers of the Magic Kingdom card game. Now it mostly houses sleepy cast members. Each building along Main Street was constructed using a trick called forced perspective. That means the buildings are built smaller the higher they go, creating the illusion that they're taller than they actually are. It's the same method everyone uses for their dating profile. After all, a little forced perspective goes a long way. And with that, brave explorers, my job is finished. You are now officially ready to begin your journey into the Magic Kingdom. May your ride wait times be short, your lightning lanes bountiful, and your turkey legs be actual turkey. This has been Captain Tilly Bramblethorn, Adventurers Club Liaison, 3rd Class. Should you need any assistance, you can always call upon this reborn Adventurers Club. Kungaloosh, everyone.